Okay, remember when I told you all that these videos and conversations on YouTube channel would be very candid and unscripted and kind of like just unplanned conversations? Well, guess what? This is exactly that. As you can see, I'm just coming on. I ain't got no script. I had done went to the gym, and I'm still in the gym clothes, but I felt the need to practice or to come on and kind of see how to work this thing because I did not want Thursday to come when I'm ready to have my first conversation and then we have technical difficulties. I've already told you all I'm learning as I go. I'm excited about learning. I will not allow what I don't know to defeat me. So I'm kind of practicing by making short videos and uploading them so that by Thursday I will have worked out all of my tweaks. And I'm glad I did because you can go live on YouTube, and I expected to go live with the videos, with the conversations, so that you all can interact with or while we're having the conversations. I wanted to be able to answer your questions. And I've just learned that you cannot go live if you do not have at least 50 subscribers. So, since this is new to me, I have not reached the 50 yet, but I'm sure it's coming. So, you guys continue to subscribe, like, share so we can have the 50 so I can go live on Thursday, and that way you guys can ask the questions as I'm having the conversation as opposed to me having to upload another video. So please help me do that. I want to have interactive conversation. I want to be able to talk to you all. So help me get to that 50 subscribers, okay? So because I learned that today, see, you got to go on and practice so you can learn. The other two reasons that I wanted to do the video is because I wanted to also share with you guys why I wanted to start having these conversations. And just to kind of, the second one is to let you know a little bit about me. Like, what made me decide to do it? Like, I want to have the conversations first and foremost because they need to be had. Secondly, because for so long I felt silenced and like I could not talk about the things that I needed to talk about so that I could, grow. And so I don't want to keep other people from growing if there's information we can share. So for those of you who know me or have followed my other social media platforms, you know that I authored 2 books. The first book I authored was titled My Piece is His Masterpiece. And for those who did not know, or if you don't have it, you can find this book on Amazon. My Piece is His Masterpiece is just a very quick read. I call it my little memoir. I couldn't put everything about my life in the book because I'd still be writing forever and forever. But those things that I thought touched my life and made an impact on who I am as a woman today, they're in this book. Get the book if you have not already read it. I went through discussed a lot of things in here that I had never shared before. And it was it helped me to start my healing process. Although I was already healing in some areas, but writing it kind of helped me to feel better about it. Some people who did not know anything about what was in the book kind of expressed to me that it helped them as well. So if you do not have My Piece is His Masterpiece, you can find it on Amazon. And it talks about lots of things, okay? But the second book, Peace, we're talking about the peace you have in your mind, Peace, after the pieces. That also can be found on Amazon as well. That book was more about what I wanted to do to help others get to the place where they did not have to feel silenced. They did not have to feel like they had to hide or keep secrets. Steps to help you to grow spiritually, steps to help you to come out of what may have felt like depression. That book was more about helping others to heal. This book was for me. One was for me. Number 2, I was hoping would be helpful for others. It would help others to start their healing process or come out of their little box or their comfort zone and begin to do the things that they needed to do so that they could be healthy. So again, I want to start having conversations about those things. For a long time, I felt like I could not talk about certain things. And because I didn't talk about those things, it took me a long time to become this woman. Because I was holding on to so much stuff. I was holding grudges. I was holding resentment. I was holding frustration. I felt like I had been cheated in so many areas of my life Not, I mean, by my parents, by my family, by schools that I've attended, by, you know, just life in general, by the people that I dated. You know, I didn't feel like I had gotten all that I could get as far as my rearing had gone. I felt like I was cheated. And so because I've been harboring that, I had been harboring that feeling like I had been cheated. I did not do a lot of things that I felt I could have done or should have done growing up or aging, or as I became a parent, as I became a wife, as I became, you know, as I became a supervisor. All of these things were affected by just things that I had not had an opportunity to talk about. You just don't even realize how important it is to share or to express what is going on with you when you're going through certain seasons in your life. Nobody told me certain things, and so I just it was kind of trial and error. You learn it as you go. Parenting, you learn it as you go. Ain't no book come with parenting, but if my parents had to talk to me about certain things and shared certain things with me, there were some bumps in the road along the way with my parenting that I may not have had to go through or go over or go under or jump through, because I would have had a little bit of information to work with. But hey, I'm here today. I thank God that my children are not bad kids. I did the best that I could do. I try to tell my children that I did the best that I could do. I try to have the conversations with them that nobody had with me, because I'm hoping that it will help them to be better parents when they decide to have children. Again, so many things to discuss. I am just so looking forward to our conversation on Thursday, because it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I want to just pick topics, just random topics, and just have conversations about it. I know that I'm not the only one that has questions or that has concerns about the things that I see going on in our families, in our communities, in our churches, on our jobs. I mean, it can't be just me. It cannot be. And the thing is, a lot of times we walk around and we have water cooler conversations, but we don't move it past that. We don't take it up a notch. We're afraid to tell the pastor what we really feel. We're afraid to tell our parents how we really feel. We're afraid that the backlash is going to be unbearable, so we kind of hold things in. There's nothing wrong with going to a therapist. If you need to go seek a professional, go. Because, honey, let me tell you something. I wish somebody had been telling me to go to a therapist when I needed to be going, because let me tell the trauma of dealing with things on your own when you have no professional help and nobody who is willing to care enough about you to help you. Listen, y'all got that good insurance on them jobs. Y'all better use it. If you need to see a professional about whatever it is that you're going through, go. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about seeing a therapist. It does not mean that you have, you're crazy up here. No, actually, I feel like people who choose to go to a therapist when they recognize that they need one, them some smart people. Because the rest of us was out here trying to wing it, and we probably did more damage than good. And hopefully we got to the place where we were able to start a healing. But again, hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about going to therapists. What's so taboo about going to a therapist? I don't get it. Anyway, I wish I had those people in that church that make you feel like they white as snow, that they are just as pure. Baby, church folk better stop pretending. If y'all want to get some people to heaven, y'all better start telling people what the real deal is in these churches, and stop acting like everybody in the church, every deacon, every deaconess, every associate minister, all the pastor don't do no wrong and all. That's some BS, man. And because we're being taught by these people, we're following these people, we're watching their lead, and then we grow up and find out later that it wasn't what we thought it was. So anyway, I don't want to start the conversations right now. That's not what this video was supposed to be about. All I'm saying is we need to start having conversations. I grew up in Miami-Dade County. I ventured out and went off to college in Ohio, in a little place called Wilberforce, Ohio. It's near Cincinnati, right across a bridge or two from Cincinnati. And when I got to Ohio, I realized that I was as wet behind the ears when it came to certain things that I should have known. And it was an awakening for me, being in the new place with the new people. I knew nobody there. I was this city girl that had never been out of the city. Everything that I knew was city life, and here I was in this little hick place that is more country than anything else, more cornfields than anything else, more long dirt roads with little light than anything else. But it was the best experience of my life. I wouldn't trade those years and the things that I've learned during that period. I wouldn't trade it for anything. However, I just wish that I had known a little bit more when I got there than I did. I thought I knew. You couldn't tell me I wasn't smart. I thought I knew. And that's not to say that I was dumb, but I was lacking a lot of information that would have saved me some heartache and some grief and some, But nevertheless, I'm here. So I went off to school, graduated from Central State University, came back home because I was in love with my baby daddy. Well, he wasn't my baby daddy at the time, but he became my baby daddy. But anyway, I came back home. I was able to, I was fortunate enough to start working right away. And the rest is history. I've grown since then. I've learned a lot of things since then. But let's have those conversations so that we can help somebody. The person who didn't know, who doesn't know how to budget and finance. The person who doesn't know how to save, who thinks they'll never own a home. Let's have the conversation. Let's talk about molestation. It's happening in our communities like crazy. And we're not talking about it enough. We're not making our children feel like they can come and tell us when something is happening that should not be. Let's talk about what's going on in our homes. That old cliche, what's going on in my house, stay in my house. We need to get rid of that because that's damaging a lot of people. Okay? Let's talk about parenting issues we may be having. I have a son who has autism. I had never really dealt with anything like that before my son. I didn't have the information, so I had to research. I had to, go out and learn and find support in the groups and in areas and with people and, in the community that I needed to help be the best advocate that I could be for my son who has autism. He's now 20, he'll be 21 soon, and he's doing great. He's doing okay. It wasn't easy, but let's talk about it. There's somebody out there with a child that they're going through some type of disability, may not know where to go get the resources from. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about, girl, don't be laying up with Mr. Hey, we're going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's help our young ladies to hopefully not make the mistakes that some of us have made when it came to love and to heartbreak. I just want to talk. I just want to have some very candid conversations. And so I'm looking forward to doing it. I will see you all on Thursday, 6:30. If I change the time, I'll definitely let you know. That's 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll definitely let you know if I make any changes. Again, I'm just kind of practicing with this here video thing because I want to work out all the twerks and kinks before Thursday. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and let's talk.